All right, what's going on? It's our time to be free, family. Again, if you're new to my channel, I welcome you to your very first video of mine. Please consider liking and subscribing to my channel. All right. In today's video, I want to talk about feeling stuck again. Yesterday, my previous episode, I talked about feeling stuck in a dead-end job because you can make changes. So today, I want to focus on more of our life instead of, our work, our, uh, our work and our business and everything. All right, because we want to become better versions of ourselves, and sometimes we feel stuck. Sometimes our life feels like it's going nowhere and that we're just in this rut and can't find our way out. Do you sometimes feel like you're in a rut? I mean, because I know I do. You know, I know sometimes my life feels like it's in a rut, that it needs changes, and sometimes, I'm clueless as to where to start and how to make those changes and how to begin something new in my life. But living your best life, you know, it takes making changes. You know, if we're stuck in a rut, it keeps us from living our best life. So we want to make these steps to start getting out of that rut so that we can actually live the best life possible for us. But before I get into this video, I want to remind you, or just let you know, just to give back even more to my valued subscribers and my viewers and everything. Stay tuned to the end of this video, as I've got a free gift for you just for watching this video and taking the time to spend with me, because I really love you all and I appreciate you all, and I just want to see you live your best life. All right, so stay tuned to the end. So anyway, all right, so let's jump right into it. All right, again, living, if you're feeling like you're in a rut, guys, it makes you feel like that you can't live your best life, that you're just feeling trapped and you just can't seem to find your way out. Have you ever really felt like that? Because again, I know I have. And even though you feel this way, there is a way out. Okay? There is always a way out. All right? So we're going to be going over a few things so that you can start to find your way out and start making those positive changes in your life. But before you can even find your way out, you really got to know who you are. You've got to know, what do you want from your life? What are your wants? What are your needs? What are your goals? What are your values? Who are you? When we're talking about those aspects of your life, who are you when it comes to your needs, your goals, your values, your wants? Who are you? Because you can't find a way out of a trap if you don't understand what is holding you back and where you're trying to go, in your life. So let's go ahead and take a look at a few ways that you can start really widening your perspective, so that you can get unstuck in your life. Okay, because it's not difficult at all. All right, so the first step is to really be purposeful. Okay, do you know what that means, to be purposeful? Guys, you want to act on purpose. Okay, you want to create change, so you want to make purposeful decisions, conscious decisions to make changes in your life. Then you can figure out what type of change you may want to make. All right. All right, but to be purposeful, going back to that, you need to figure out why. What's your why? Why do you want to make these changes in your life? Nobody can answer that question except you. So you need to determine what is your why. Why do you want to make changes? So that's the first step, okay? Be purposeful. That is all about being purposeful, is determining why you want to make changes. And then you can figure out what kind of change that you want to make for your life. But you have to take time to really, take a deep look, at your feelings, and also at your fears, to determine what it is that you actually desire for your life. What is the purpose, that you want your life to have? What's the purpose that you want your life to have? Because we have to know why. Why are we making these changes? Because if we don't have a strong why as the reason why we are trying to make a change in our life, we won't stick to it. Okay, so you got to have that burning desire to really make changes, and your why will help you have that. So take some time to brainstorm, some of the ways that you might be able to attain that purpose in your life, so that you can start to begin to live differently. Okay, so that is really the first step. So I just want you to remember that you don't have to know everything all at once. Guys, you can take small steps so that you can start making a big difference in your life. Take those small steps. So the second step is to really face your fears. I had a hard time facing my fears. It was really, really difficult because, I didn't want to come out of my comfort zone. I was comfortable where I was, although I wanted to really get out of my rut. I was comfortable there because it was safe. And that's what fear does. It's a mechanism to really keep us safe, but it's also, a threat to us because it keeps us in a rut, because we don't want to step through that fear because we are afraid of the unknown. But, I want you to really understand that when you are going through this process, there's going to be fear. There's going to be uncertainty in this process. That is guaranteed. We don't know what's going to happen in the future, so we're uncertain about it. We don't know what's going to happen if we start to make changes because it's in the future. So, the thing is, we've got to step through that fear, be brave enough. I know you are. I know you're courageous enough to take these steps. But the thing about it is, you have to believe in yourself, and you have to know that you can make it through this fear. Because think about what's the worst that could happen. More than likely, the things that we imagine that could happen never really does. So think about it like that. So, that's probably, why some of us really haven't, really undertaken, done any changes in our life so far, because we're afraid. We don't know what's going to happen. I know it can be scary to think about. I know it can. I've been there, faced it, and, went through it, and you can too. So I know that, okay. So I know that it can be scary, when you are taking your life in a new direction, because, it's unknown, but it can also be rewarding. Okay. So think about, start to, to go ahead and jump, face fear in the face, and just bust through it like, bam, just break through that fear, because I know you can, and you will be so much happier on the other side, because like I said, I know that being in a rut, it can be uncomfortable, but it's also what we know. Okay, it's safe. It's our comfort zone. It feels safe. I'm gonna say that it really feels safe to us, but in actuality, it's only holding us back, and we're not living our best life. So what you'll need to do is really acknowledge your fears and face your fears in order to make those changes in your life. All right. So that's number 2, face your fears. Okay. Third thing you can do, switch things up. I know sometimes we're creatures of habit. We are creatures of habit, and we just, we go about our day doing the same routine because that's what we know, that's what we're comfortable with. But, and I don't want you to think that you've got to just jump and you're just a brand new person, the next day. No, it doesn't have to be like that, because I know change is scary. Okay. So, and switching things up makes change, right? So we can, start with baby steps, because that is always an option. You can really start practicing these baby steps and switching things up just by doing something different every day. Something simple. Maybe it's a take a drive home. When you're driving home from work, you're taking a different route. You know, taking a different, taking a class that might interest you. It's just doing something different. You might want to talk to someone that you see on a regular basis that you've never approached or never spoken to before. Take the time just to do something different. It's all about taking those baby steps, just to switch things up in our life. That way we can get into a habit, and we can, these are little small steps, to start really getting us in a routine of getting us out of our comfort zone, okay, and start facing those fears. All right. And then the last thing is always listen to your gut. Always listen to your gut. The thing about it is, you don't really need to, you really need to know yourself, okay, and know who you are. Know your values. What do you stand for? You really need to know exactly who you are. If you really want to completely leave your comfort zone and be unafraid to make changes in your life. Okay, because when you know yourself, you'll be able to stand for who you are. Because what happens is, when we start to make these changes in our life, and I'm gonna be honest, it starts to really water some waves, especially with the people who've known you the longest and who's closest to you, because they don't quite understand why you're making these changes that you want to make. So it can ripple some waters a little bit, especially with those people that's close to you, because when you start to make these big changes in your life, those are the people who is going to be affected the most. Those people who are closest to you, and because sometimes when you make these changes in your life, they may not be supportive. They may not always be supportive of what you're doing. So it's very important that you really listen to your gut, listen to your instincts, and know yourself. You need to really know yourself when you really set out to start to leave that rut behind, because we all get stuck in ruts. Some are more severe than others. But if you just feeling stuck in your life, feeling trapped, no way out, and I'm talking all areas of your life. This is not just for your business. This is not just for work. All areas of your life, relationships, just you in general, unsure which direction you want to take. It's all about getting clear. It's really all about getting clear. So just be prepared to, for any resistance that you might get from those people around you that's closest to you. But for the most part, just take action. If you really want to see true change in your life, if you really, desire to have more in your life, just take action, even if it's baby steps, because every step becomes easier, as you begin to take each step and start to build on each step that you take, because everything that you do gets you closer and closer to your goal. So I want you to just really keep going, follow your plan, and then you'll figure out the details as you go along. Like I said, you don't have to know everything. So to just recap real quick before I share with you what I actually got a couple of free gifts for you, but just to share with you, just to break down exactly what we talked about in this video, is these are some steps that you can really take if you're feeling like you're in a rut in your life. So we want you to widen your perspective, okay? So the very first thing is to be purposeful. Know why you want this change in your life. Second one is to face your fears. It's time to get out of that rut and start, facing your fears and get out of your comfort zone. The third thing is to switch things up. Do something different every day so that you can create new habits for yourself and new change, because this just puts you on the road. It gets you in a routine of switching things up in your life, and that way your life won't become disrupted. All right. And the last thing is to really listen to your instincts, because when we make these changes, there are going to be some feathers that you ruffle, along the way. So it's important that you know who you are. That way you won't listen. You will listen to your instincts, instead of if someone close to you doesn't think you're doing the right thing, but yet you feel that you're doing the right thing for your life, because it happens. It happened to me. All right, so just listen to your instincts, go with your gut and live your best life. So with that being said, that wraps up the video for today. But down below, guys, I want to offer you one first thing that goes with this course is a ebook, a free ebook, and a workbook, so that you can start living your best life. You can download them free of charge. Just go ahead and click the link down below this video. Click the link, create your free account so you can access your product. There's no purchase required. I just want you to live your best life. And the second gift that I have for you is a free 5-day email mini course that you can take, so that you can start getting clear, on your goals. Because this mini course will actually give you a roadmap so that you can start getting results in your life and whatever you put your mind to doing. Whether it's your life, your business, your work. We want to get you clear and set goals for you and get you the results that you have been looking for in your life. It's time to get unstuck. So get clear, guys. All right. So that will be, and that course, that 5-day course is called Get. All right. So go ahead and basically get clear. So go ahead and download that as well. I really appreciate you guys hanging in there with me, going through this these episodes with me, because I really do want you to see your live your best life. So with that being said, it's our time to be free, and I'll see you in the next episode. Take care.